Okay, Joe, let's take a quick look at these snatches. This was power snatch into hang snatch. This video on the left, this is when you're doing the new style, which involves the bar pretty flush against your shins. This one on the right is a kind of old style where the bar was a little forward of the shins, right at the base of the first metatarsal in your foot. So what I really want to look at here is the bar path. So if we look at this one off the ground, mostly straight up, it's coming back. In fact, let's look at your back angle here versus on this one, back angle here. So they're pretty similar. This one you're over the bar a bit more, although this one your chest might be up a bit more. They're pretty similar. I think it's similar enough that whatever feels better is what you should do. This one's coming back off the ground, so is this one. So they're pretty close. Now let's look at the power position for this one. Power position for this one. I think the power position for this one even looks a little better. This one looks a little bit more swingy. Now, on both of them, the problem is occurring after the power position. So I actually don't think that the problems with your snatch are at all related to the start of the bar. I mean, maybe it's helping a little bit, but basically, whatever feels the best, you should do. Here's where the big problem is, and I'll show you that it's on both. So you're kind of right here, just here, now your body should kind of spring straight up in a straight up line to extend. Instead, you're starting to tilt backward. Okay, so you see this tilting backward? This is no bueno. So already this is a problem. Like I said, this torso should have been going straight up, but instead you're kind of leaning backward with it. Okay, but what happens after it is probably the worst part of it all. Your arms continue to be straight as you're leaning. Look how they're still straight. Still straight like that. And look how far that bar is away from you. And just to show you, it's basically the same thing over here. So there's no real difference, if it starts next to the shins, right over the metatarsal, both things are happening. So the real problem is that you're extending too backward and not pulling that bar in close with your arms. So let's go over what it should look like. I'm going to do a side-by-side with this. This is me doing a power snatch, and this is you doing a power snatch. So let's get up to power position. Okay. Okay, so basically, right, same. These are basically identical positions, both good. Now, for you, you're starting to lean back like this. Compared to here, see, this is much more straight up. True, it's a little back, and it's something that I should fix, but overall, you're bent. This is mostly straight and then out. Now, here's perhaps the bigger part. So now, after this extension, you see my arms are bent, and I'm really pulling that bar sort of into my chest, nice and close. See how you can see how far it is away here. I'm really pulling that bar into my chest like that, and then I complete the power snatch. Over here, not pulling it in. So already you can see as it's pulling in, even though my feet are off the ground, pulling it in, there's a still away. Arms are still straight. My arms are bent, pulling it in. And this just continues. Now I'm pulling it in even closer. Yours is still kind of reeling out. So, fortunately, solution for this should not be too difficult. I would mainly just recommend you do some muscle snatches and snatch high pulls. And if you forgot how to do either, I can always show you. But just start doing that. Something like 2 snatch high pulls and then a snatch. and making the snatch try and mimic like a high pull is, keeping that bar very nice and close, nice and straight up.